Hello and welcome to episode 19 of our Ostriv Alpha 4.5 Let's Play. It is December of 1749, 736 people in our town. And you might be asking yourself, wait a second, episode 18, we only had 600 people in the town. It was a couple years earlier. Well, that's because we did a fantastic live stream last night on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/jcthebeard, and we did a whole lot of building. This entire section of the map, pretty much, right here. Built that up. And we did some more houses over here. We moved a forestry down here. And, just some general improvements. And this forestry is about to go bye-bye also. So let's go ahead and get on 12 times speed. Get things rocking and rolling here. So there's a number of small improvements we made. And a couple of other additions, like this market, another school, more construction people, all sorts of good stuff. So what we are going to do in today's episode is continue the build out. We are, despite adding 137 people, we're still having open vacancies for jobs. And one of the biggest things we need to take a look at is food distribution. We still don't have very many issues. They do pop up every once in a while. So we probably should, at some point in today's episode, add some more houses with these gardens here so they can resell their produce. And we might as well also go ahead and take advantage of this guy right here who's going to get us some trading stuff taken care of. But for now, let's go ahead and start out with a little bit of house building here. Again, it's not going to be perfectly straight, but that is okay. We are going to try and get this to be more or less kind of lined up. I don't think that's going to happen with the thing oriented like that. So what we're going to try instead is to try and get this more or less in a decent spot. But it is going to come out just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Oh, well maybe we actually can't put one there. You know what? That's fine. We could just leave this blank right here. Then come on the back side. Right here. And do one of these numbers. There is a lot of trial and error that goes into me doing an episode here. Sometimes stuff just doesn't work, But we'll take what we can get. And now chickens are dying of starvation. Why? Because there's no food, none whatsoever. There's no wheat, there's no buckwheat, there's no sunflowers, there's no linseed. I find that hard to believe. Well, looks like we're going to have to take advantage of all this stuff. Hopefully they can get that taken care of before too many things die. Bad planning on my part, but that's what ends up happening a lot of the time. In games like this, you just kind of don't have any control over any of that stuff. So, I digress. We've got that taken care of here. So let's come on this side. Is that going to be too long, really? After all that? What if I were to do something like this? I think if I can get that to go in nicely like so, I might be able to get this to line up as well. It won't be anything beautiful, but it will count. It will be something. So we'll get that done. Remember, we're going for stuff that is not completely straight here. See if we can get our arch to go in here. See if we like that. It should be pretty good. It says inaccessible. It always likes to do that. Boy, we are lagging today. So that's all taken care of there. That is that's something. It's certainly an interesting change of pace here. Did our chickens get taken care of? Yeah, looks like they did. We'll just kind of leave that alone for right now. Everything else is looking pretty good. So this should be pretty interesting when this is all said and done. I'm not going to be able to fit another house right here, but we could take advantage of opportunity to go ahead and put in more cart parking. Because that's something that you are pretty much never not going to need, if that makes any sense. What else can we put over here? Maybe another couple of warehouses? Or a warehouse here, and then in this little nook right here, maybe we could even put in a well. How about that? That seems like a good spot for it. And then we have this nice wide area here. Don't know exactly what we might want to do here, but got some ideas. And we can also, right here next to these oil workshops, put in another couple houses as well. Now this is going to be interesting because of how this is laid out. Let's see what I can get away with here. If I can do something like that, just rotate a tiny bit, put that there. And before that gets built, we can come in here and put in a couple of cottonwood trees. By a couple, I mean literally 2. That's something, though. So we've got that there. Let's see if we can do a similar thing on this side. Move that up there. See if I can get this to go. How far out can I get it to go? We'll fix the house being in the wrong spot in a second here. If I can get this to be like this, that might be interesting. Yeah, that'll be quite a departure from expectations there. Give us a nice wide area here that we may or may not want to put something else in there. See what this at the very least is at least. This at the very least is at least. Wow, that's a fantastic sentence there. I'm sorry, it's late. I'm doing this after the stream, so I have something for tomorrow morning / today when you're viewing it. Yeah, we're in pretty good shape here. Just have a couple more things to pop in here. This warehouse will probably, were I to hazard a guess, end up being some sort of thing that we can sell at the market here. Could possibly be firewood even. You never want to run out of that. We've got a variety of different things we can put in there. Now once we have these houses in here, we're going to have a space right here that we need to fill up. So let's go ahead and get our fence ready to go. Just pop this guy in right here. See if I can get that to make sense here. That should be fine. That'll help cordon off that area just a little bit. And while we're here, we can go ahead and take care of decorating around the school. Go ahead and copy that, get that grid back. Get ourselves a small archway. And then we can take our fence, gather this just like so. Come right around here, behind the school. Okay, well, you know what? That will work just fine like that. Then in our schoolyard, we can put some lovely trees. It's kind of semi-randomly distributed here. And it'll add a little bit of ambiance to that, and we can put in some benches as well. I know there's already one right next to the school building itself, but it doesn't hurt to add some more. That's actually nowhere close to the angle of that fence, so we'll get rid of that one. We'll fix that later. This construction office will also not be staying here. Whenever they stopped building this one to work on this other one. It's very strange. Seems to happen from time to time. And then they just go right next door and keep building that. Okay, so that's a nice departure from typical straight up and down here. Even though it is technically still on a grid, it's not on the grid. That should qualify for something, right? So we got a nice little mix of some production stuff and some housing over here. I'm kind of tempted in this middle area here to put in stuff like weavers' workshops, but we'll see what we end up popping in here. Now, where did I put the... Aha, this guy. Turn that production off. I think in terms of storage, we have warehouses storing hemp and sunflower and all that good stuff. Should be okay. We can go ahead and adjust our export here for our sunflower oil. We can bump that up to 4,000. Make sure that can actually hold that much. Not really, but we'll be fine. Then the trading post over here is also pretty full, but we can bump this up to 4,000 because there's some people that will buy that much or more. And Darkachi's here, speaking of. We'll sell them our shoes, sell them our charcoal, and sunflower oil. Go ahead and buy metal parts because we can. Iron we don't need to buy at this exact moment. Clothing we should be exporting soon. We're going to run out of room to export things. We also need to come back to this area at some point and keep building this out, but we're kind of focused on this area down here for the moment. So as I was saying, I think it would be smart for us to have an area over here-ish to work on some clothing and textile things. So if we take a weaver's workshop, we can just kind of start building in this general area. If I can line things up correctly. Got a weaver's workshop here. Put another one right next to it. And then a tailor's workshop. Do a couple of those actually. Then we'll do another one rotated like this. Just because we can. That ought to take care of some more clothing production. And we also can find a place to put another warehouse for clothing. Somewhere in this general vicinity. It doesn't necessarily have to be anywhere too obvious. We might mess with that a little later. But once that's done, then we can probably start exporting clothing if we are able to get that to work. Or at the very least, we'll have plenty queued up for other stuff. And all this hemp that we're going to be generating year in and year out, we're going to have to make another farm. Maybe somewhere over here to grow more hemp and flax so we can do all that stuff. And then more wheat as well. We're in need of a lot more wheat. So here they go again, building the second place before the first. Still haven't quite figured out why that's the case. Well, that'll be done very quickly. We'll go over here to a previous one do the exact same thing as this. And that will also create some more jobs, which means we can build more houses. That's always fun. And of course, because we can, put in some benches. Just right here. Our wagons seem to be pretty well used, which is good to see. Alright, now hurry up and build these tailors' workshops. We got stuff to do. Not often you'll see them go back and forth like that. That's very, very strange. Says they got all resources, or maybe they're waiting for it to be delivered. Somebody made a comment about that in one of the other videos, that maybe all resources being collected just means the laborers have gone to get the resources. Alright, so we'll go back over here and do all that. Looks like that's going to be all good to go. They're already taking care of all of this, which is fantastic news. That should bolster our clothes quite a bit. Now, see, these people wanted 3,000 sunflower oil and we have 4,000, so we can go ahead and export that, as well as the salt. And now we can import more hemp and textile because we can. Chickens will give us a boost, especially to this one that is lacking in chickens currently. Pigs seem to be doing very well. They quite literally cannot be slaughtered fast enough. And all these carts are broken. Because we don't have enough stuff happening at the carpentry here. We just need more metal parts. So I think we can probably safely stop making nails at this smithy. And just focus on metal parts and horseshoes. Actually, probably just metal parts. Why not, right? Might as well, since it's right next to the carpentry. That can only make sense. So we have 746 people now. Still a ton of open vacancies, so we could, if we so choose, build some more houses here. Let's check on our problem. Yeah, for this many people in town, this is a very small number of problems. Still a couple people complaining about food variety, but they do eventually go away. Eventually, it just takes a while. Tavern is thriving, looking to do very, very well. So I think based on the amount of stuff we have for sale here, probably our supply is pretty adequate. Of all the food stuffs, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Now the game is properly started to slow down again like it used to. I always thought that was funny. So we could probably get away with putting in a couple more of these houses here. So why not? I keep pushing the wrong buttons. Do a couple of these here. Not going to do a ton. But we have the ability to expand just a little bit here. And we'll put in probably 2 right here. And then we can come in here with a fence. And just kind of gently arc this right here. To kind of guide traffic around this little bend. And we'll do the same thing around these new construction things here. Let's create kind of like a little, very slight, narrower area in the middle. It's pretty aesthetically pleasing, in my opinion. And then, of course, we can have a little bit of fun with it over here as well. And kind of change it up a little bit. Just seems like a little bit of a more organic feel. And then, of course, we can come on this side. Do the exact same thing just like that. Nice little curved area here. That's pretty nice right there with the curved fences. I think I like that a lot. Should probably do a little more of that, don't you think? Just makes stuff look a little bit more appealing. See, right here, that just kind of completes the look. And we'll probably end up putting some stuff down this river, like maybe some more fishing. But at this exact moment, we're not super concerned about that. Let's check on our farms. Got plenty of laborers, to be sure. 750 people in the town, I'd hope so. So it looks like gathering should be pretty good here. It's going to take a little bit of time to get all this stuff figured out. This farm is progressing nicely. Now, if it's November and we still have stuff that's not at least pulled out of the ground, then that's going to cause some problems. It looks like for right now, this is a pretty good start. So while we're waiting for the other stuff to get finished here, we can go ahead, take this fence, and continue our little curved road here. Just like that. That's a nice little transition there. Boy, it sure is chugging along at points here. That's how you know you spent a long time playing the game. It just starts doing stuff like that. Then we'll come along this side. Just do one of those. Just to add a little bit of flavor. Then we'll do the exact same thing over here. Again, just a little bit of variety. And just a smidgen more realism. Making something look a little nicer. Okay, well that was a swing and a miss on that one right there. Come on. We'll get rid of that. We'll try that again. The angle betrayed me here. Okay, that's a lot better. Now, this is going to be unfortunate that this is going to be here for as long as it is. We still have 5,000 stone that has to be used or destroyed. So we're going to have to be very careful with how we use that. I think we should probably build a couple more salt works at some point in time. But for now, these seem to be doing pretty well to keep up with demand. And this is going well. Got all these new people moving in. We can take these places like right here. Just keep adding some more trees. Improve the appeal of this area. It doesn't always have to be on the side of the fence people walk on. Too close to another tree, huh? Alright, well that's not too close to another tree. How about right about here? Alright, that'll be something nice right there. Okay. I might have backed myself into a corner with the placement of some of these houses. Actually, this is just about perfect. Just do a little bit more of this, and then it's going to be time for us to pick out a little cover photo for today's episode. Yeah, we just have a little bit more right here. As I say, as I can't operate the camera correctly. Cool. That'll look really nice when it's done. So I think, why don't we... Wow, this is going quite quickly. I can actually use this construction as an opportunity for a nice little picture. So we'll go ahead and pop that. That'll be our cover photo for today's episode. I always love watching them build the houses. We just have a few more left. Looks like they'll be done before the end of today's episode. So let's go ahead and check in on our Weaver's Workshop. Looking pretty good. Taylor's Workshop's already hard at work, I see. Making all sorts of clothing. Looking good. And now we've got stuff to sell. Yeah, we're gonna be doing that probably the next episode, if I can remember at least. I don't know that we're going to have a ton of room here to supply clothing for export, but I think 2,000 is probably a pretty good place to start. And that should come in relatively quickly. Press to export, and they got 18 more days to do it. I do not anticipate there being very much of an issue getting that done. Because they will buy 3,000. We just don't have 3,000 in stock, but it is rapidly approaching our 2,000 that we're able to stock, and we'll go ahead and do that, and then we might even have time to do another 1,000 after that, depending how quickly they can stock. All right, so that's done. And depending on how we time this, we could call another one to get 1,000. And just bet on them being able to restock. Now, why, pray tell, are sheep dying of starvation? Because storage is full because we have too much, we have too much sheep hide and too much wool. That shouldn't be possible if we have... Oh, no. We can have way more. We can have way more here. That ought to fix that problem. Pronto. We're not going to have all our sheep die like this. Not like this. I think our clothes export should be doing pretty well here. Yeah, I think we actually sold 3,000, so that's fine. We'll just have to get this restocked before the next one shows up. It looks like that is being restocked. So if we pull this off, that's going to be pretty impressive, huh? Alright, don't fail me now. Here comes the other wagon. I need it right now. They're going to say trade deal's canceled, aren't they? Let's hope not. I guess we'll know when they cross that threshold there, if that's actually what's going to happen. Oh? I guess we did it. Or maybe they just haven't arrived to get the other 1,000 yet. Well, okay. I'll take that. Do we have anybody else inbound? No? Well, that's A-okay. So as they finish up this last little house right here, of course, this is another reminder that I do live stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/jcthebeard, playing Ostriv and other games as well. Had a fantastic live stream last night, which was the impetus behind all this huge growth you saw in this episode. Don't know when the next one will be, but it should be sometime soon. And if you haven't subscribed here on YouTube, please consider doing so. We're very close to 1,000 subscribers and a YouTube partnership, and that is a fantastic and exciting milestone. Love to hit that soon. Yeah, thanks so much for watching these episodes, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.